It's all in the mind. Tension. Tension. To be free is to flow. Think of these hands, these meridians that run through them, like wings of a bird, feather, like feathers. If we really tune into them, they become our friends, and they want to come together and rest. This is the only resting position. This is the only resting position where the body and mind can heal itself through just holding it and breathing. When you relax your jaw, breathe through your nostrils into your cranium, feeling the pressure slowly as it passes over the tissues of your brain, and you feel the innervation of the breath. Are you actually practicing brain breathing? It requires a lot of focus and a lot of just letting go. And a lot of the practices I do with my hands and fingertips touching one another in such a way that they make love to each other. That the hands come together and they just, it quiets the mind immediately. You see people praying or something of that sort like this, they're actually just coming together in repose and a retreat into oneself. See, everything I do is coming back to myself. It's an experience of the self, finding the bliss that is in here when one listens to the places that need space, that need energy, that need opening, that need you to focus your energy to bring healing. So this is powerful. Hands together and the jaw is dropped, and you inhale through the nose. And once you've exhaled, you just keep it out. Keep the breath out, and you relax and surrender into that. See, when you're skilled enough, like a warrior ready to pounce with the breath, like you're really aware of its inhalation, exhalation, its precise pressure, everything involved in you being reborn, takes total focus and discipline. You can actually watch the breath with your eyes closed internally, and you start to find ecstasy with your own self-created, like oxygen factory. We're trying to go beyond the breath, though. We're trying to lose the breath desire and the breath tension so that we can hear that airplane above us. It is really about being able to hear all sounds much better because we're breathing through the top of our head, our ears, every orifice in my head is vibrating. And that's where I want to go. On the inhalation, exhalation. Remember, we're going for the ah state. The ah state cannot fully be appreciated if there's something to do after the ah state, if there's somewhere to go or plan in the future. It just is kind of like polishing a nice whatever you're polishing, and you just stop polishing. You don't continue. So we accumulate energy, friction, frustration, other things when we interact in the world and interact with other beings. We encounter head butting, blockages, competition. It's so much easier just to be non-threatened in this world and just be like a child and be free and sensitive. So I'm asking for sensitivity, that we can experience sensitivity through enjoying who we are, which happens when we're finding bliss in the body and can only be done with the sound vibration of your thoughts as they exhale and inhale. That's your thoughts. And your thoughts are linked to how you breathe. So when you really focus this breath on filling and feeling your lover, your exterior air that you're inhaling is filling you, and you're experiencing pleasure in the connection that there is no lover outside you. There is nobody with other two legs and a mind wandering in the world that you need to find importance in your life. What is your life? Why are we finding any importance at all? We're kings here, but forgot our kingdom. And when you realize the kingdom, you don't need to do anything in it. You're glad to be here. You're glad to wake up and know that you're here just like the birds, with no permanent home, wandering, hopefully with not very much luggage, so you can move around if you need to, and be free. See, I'm from the bird tribe. The bird tribe, we don't really own possessions. We utilize them, but we share. We're like a tribe. If I have the car, everyone piles in my van and we all go. If somebody's got land, we all pile in and go live on the land and grow. But those hippie tactics don't always work. The real tactic now is to convert and combat the self that has hijacked this body. We've been hijacked. We've become who we don't really know who we are anymore, because when you put this idea and this PhD and this commitment and this person's relationship, all these things that create your life, is a living hell to me, because I want to know what's going on and not be distracted by many things going on other than one thing at a time. See, we can forget the breath. It's that easy. That's why hopefully you're listening to me, is to remind you that this is it. Nothing is more important on the internet than this. Finding the breath relationship to where you have the ultimate pill, the ultimate bliss pill, the way to find pleasure in the body through brain breathing. And that's the exhale. What you're doing there, I'm doing, and what you're attempting to do yourself, is to exhale in such a way that you vibrate all the tissues and you hear the echo like an amphitheater. And you can do it, there's more than one way to do it, but you want the effect to be affected right. Not just you're making the sound, but you can close your eyes and really feel the the full capacity of the sound cutting through all the stuff, the jargon, the noise in your brain. You're cutting through that, and you're finding total clarity in the sound. As it massages, creates bliss. This is where we're trying to go with the breath. Whole different level of doing mantras and other things that are more physicalities. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You just repeat it. We're going next level, which is not to have to repeat any particular syllable, but all syllables at once through the Om principle, through the sound of Om. And if you keep doing it, and out, making sure that your lover is being sustained with every exhalation, I'm exhaling into my partner, and she's receiving it, and I can feel it as it exhales through me. So I'm really getting deep into my organs and tissues and detoxing. It's going down into the cells, because now they're like sponges. As I exhale, I'm exhaling everything out. Everything is out. And I'm not even breathing in until I absolutely have to. You really stretch and stir, wring out that rag that is the body and the tissues. So this is the most fastest detox thing that you could do. And you can lose over an ounce an hour in weight. They've demonstrated that when you breathe, you lose 40 or more grams of weight through exhaust, the carbon exhalation. We have our own carbon burden. So in about a day, you can lose a pound just by not eating, just by breathing. So when you do it right, you're getting the pound plus more, and the organs now are really like becoming like a sponge. The same thing with our brain. That's why my brain works differently than yours. When I rest, it's at peace. There's no thoughts, just quiet, I'm like, do I even have an existence? I have these thoughts that, what's really going on here? And maybe I'm not getting enough done. Maybe I should do something. Maybe I should get a job. So these ideas come up in my mind. I'm like, who's saying those? Where are those ideas coming from? So those are all programs. I want to get into the no program, where it's just awe state. I could sit and do nothing all day long, and it gets better. It gets better and better and better as I go deeper into the kriyas, or deeper into the breaths. Each breath is like chiseling away at an internal mountain that you've created. So we want to get down into the very core and the root of what the truth is. And that's why, as you do this, you won't be interested in doing all the things that distract you, and especially going out and having to go eat just to digest it, put it in the toilet again. So getting off the food thing, this is crucial for you to understand the awe state, the inner breath that comes in by itself when there's no obstruction through the digestive channel. So we want to keep our digestive channel clean and squeaky clean, so there's nothing that has to obstruct it. And if it is, you're choosing a diet that is more sattvic and more yogic, not just eating whatever. You're being more disciplined, because the overriding thing that you have to do is now to breathe and to move that food along so that you can enjoy your next meal that puts you deeper in the grave. So I'm hoping that we'll all get off the food wheel and know that we're breatharians, and that we choose to eat more out of pleasure or desire to participate in life, rather than in necessity that we're going to starve. We're only starving our parasites when we stop eating. I realize the biggest parasites in my mind. But these parasites work in conjunction. They work in the tissues, and they have their time when they need to eat. So, all right. Enough said from the talking mouth, the wise yogi under the tree. Got a couple mobiles hanging here today. I make these. Going out in the bush, out in the ocean, and find sticks and stones and weave them together to make beautiful things. So I'm pretty simple. Let's see if we can build a tribe and be simple together. Aloha till my next video. I'm going to put up like 2 a day. Just see what happens, because there's no other important thing or breath that you need to do other than once you breathe through the top of your head for the first time, you'll never go back to shallow breathing. You'll be like, oh, watch the breath. And you feel that breath come in. You actually make all the connections that open up and light up your brain. Okay, over and out. Have the best day ever. I know I will.